Jokester here, bringing you another episode of Direwolf20 pack. Yeah, we are on our way to awesomeness. Well, okay, I think we're already there. So today we want to do some fish and chips. Fish and chips. We want to automate this fish and chips. So what do we have? We have, let me get over here. We have lots and lots of fish in here. So we need to get the fish from here over to this dedicated smelter that I set up here, along with the crafting tier 3 that we made in the last episode. So what we need to do is we need to set up some item interfaces, some conduits. Now, I could run long conduits all the way over, but I don't want to do that. We have actually additions. So let's put this here. Let us pipe from here into here. All right, so this is the item interface from Actually Additions. It is what accepts items, and it's used to pump it into the laser network. Okay, so it comes from this chest. It'll come into here. Once it hits here, it must hit this in order to inject it into the laser network. So what we can do is we can right click on this, which stores this, and now I'm going to just set it out here. You know, I can't reach all the way over here. It's a 16 block limit. So I'm going to set it out here right around here and bind it to this laser relay. And I'm using the advanced ones just because they have the ability to set filters and so on. So I'm going to do this for right now, make it nice and straightforward, and then I will hide it behind the walls, underneath, above, wherever I decide I want to run it. All right, so then I'm going to want to get it over here into this alloy smelter because we need to smelt the fish. So if we connect that, good. So those are all connected. Now, the next thing we need to do is we need to get our conduits pumping in. So let us get off that wrench because it is set to hide those right now. So we want to extract, and I'm going to do always active. And then we're going to do insert here. Okay, so now that will be getting it to this block. However, it's not allowed to inject into the network. So I'm done with those conduits. With an empty hand, shift right click, and it brings up this interface, which effectively has an inbound and outbound. So let me grab one of these. We're going to use these fish since, you know, I have most of them. Why not? So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to set whitelists on all of these. Now, I don't really need to go inbound, but I'm just going to set the whitelist there. Now, the next thing is over here, I'm going to set the whitelist as well. I'm not going to set it on the middle one. So I'm going to do that, and boom, look, it just starts feeding this and starts cooking fish. That's it. I don't have to do the middle, the intermediary ones. I just have to do the two endpoints. Once I whitelist those, it all starts feeding in here, starts cooking me up fish. Now, I want to get the fish over here. So let's get the fish over here. Let's then configure this to push right there. And good, they're gone. And they are now coming in over here. Cool. That is step one. Now that's going to cook up a whole bunch of fish. And in theory, that will be, well, let me go dump this over here. In theory, that's going to empty out this chest of just this fish here. I can turn on Ore Dictionary and get all the fish. I don't think I'm going to need that many fish. This is a lot. Okay. The other thing is I want potatoes. I want potatoes. So, there's multiple ways to do this. I think I want to just go up top and bring it over as well. So, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Let's see. Can I quite get up there? No, I can't. All this pretty stone. I'll replace that in a second. Okay. One of those weirdnesses. Okay. Odd. It is taking my... Okay, I can put it there. Oh, I got him back. There we go. Okay, that was really odd. So, shift right click. I'm going to... Let me grab a potato. Always does that on the first try. Okay, gives me double on the first try, I should say. All right, so whitelist. those two, and I'm going to come over. Oh, let me bind it. I forgot to bind it. That one. And over to here. Good. Oh, it didn't accept the first one. And there. Okay, now those are connected. So, which is good. So we have to then, with an empty hand, we have to bind this guy with potatoes. We'll just throw them in both for right now. And so as soon as this is finished, and so we could clear some of these out, I believe. Let's see. Can I get it to empty? Yes. Because we already have 30 fish. So let me see. Yo, there's a ton of fish out there, huh? I have been collecting there. Let's empty that so that we can just work on the potatoes. I need potatoes in here too, please. Okay, it doesn't seem to be... oh, duh. I can't just pull out of there. I need another item interface. That's why. So let's grab another item interface. And I'm going to have to... Actually, I can really put this anywhere. I don't have to put this on top of here. Wasn't even thinking right. So let's take that out. Okay, how about... I'd like to have this accessible somewhere. So the potatoes are running all along this green line here. And so in theory, I could just bring this over and put it into... Come on, let me up. Seriously? There. Oh my goodness. Okay, I could just bring it right in here. But I don't want to. I don't want to have dire wire everywhere. I want nice, clean, efficient wireless. Yeah, that's what we want. Okay, so let's do it right here. That's what I'm thinking. So what we'll need is we will need this first, right there. And so that will inject. And once I set this to extract, good. I don't want to do it quite yet. Now I'm going to need to get up here yet again. Here we go. Oh, not that. No, come on. Pay attention. Pay attention, Chokester. Alrighty. There. Now we can bind this to jerky to this. Okay, so those guys are connected. The other side should have the white list. And let's get the fish out of my way. Let's put the potatoes back in there. And so in theory, once we set this to insert, that should allow potatoes. I think. Let's go see. It is not accepting any potatoes. Let's just check our whitelist. Good. There's that. And I don't know if I'm going to need a filter on here. So this is... Oh, this is only set to insert. That's right. That's right. That's right. Aha. Aha. Let's see here. Down here I have that set. So I'm going to have to set this to in and out. It's okay though. That's okay. Yeah, I see that cruising. And poisonous potatoes don't seem to be coming out, which is good. So that'll load this guy up with potatoes, which is great. So what I want to do for right now is I want to just have two things in there. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to tell it to remember those. Hey. Oh, yeah. Actually, I wanted the baked potatoes. That's perfect. That's perfect. How did it know? That's what I wanted. Okay. Perfect. That's cranking. That's cranking away. It's going to load that up, and I can remove all the rest of these for right now. And it's just going to remember our cooked fish and our baked potatoes for right now, okay? Now, the one thing real quick is you'll notice, you might be wondering what the heck is going on here. Well, I talked in the YouTube comments about how I wanted to see if I could get these two to be, you know, the canola presses running off of the renewable energy instead of relying on these, because what I'm seeing is that every time it needs a little bit of oil, whether it's for this guy or to replenish just a little bit here, it fires these up, which then requires more oil, and then it fires these up to make more oil, and it's a vicious circle and just runs and runs and runs. So I did this maybe right before I started and recording, and now look, I already have 4 stacks of canola. When I started this, it was empty. So that's all I needed to do. And now I still have 800. These are still only at 100 RF per tick. So maybe in the future we'll bump it up to crystallized or empowered crystallized, to get 200 or 350 RF per generator. But as of right now, I have 8 generators, 800 RF per tick, sitting idle, all good, and a backlog of canola seeds. And that is with that expensive farmer upstairs. Okay, so anyway, I was kind of, yeah, so that'll be good. The problem I foresee right now is that I'm going to have a backlog stuffed of potatoes in here. It's not that big a deal. I could probably put it in another alloy smelter, but okay, so let's get to work on what our fish and chips are going to actually consist of. We know we have cooked fish. We know that we have French fries, and so this French fry needs a knife. So I just so happen to have my knife with me. And so let's see, let's try to put these back in. And come on, let's try that. Let's try that again. There we go. Doesn't matter how many are in there. And let's forget it. We're going to put the knife in there. Now the other thing is that if we look at the recipe, the fish and chips requires this paper cone, and it requires paper. And so I've set up that automated paper thing. Well, in my testing, it doesn't use up the paper cone. It returns it, which is one of the reasons why I didn't want to have to do the other one, the spaghetti. It needs bowls, and you're left with bowls. Well, in this case, when you make the fish and chips, the paper bowl is returned, and so it's left in my inventory. That's not going to be a problem, though. It's not going to be a problem, and I'll let you see why. And actually, these guys stack in here, so that's probably what we're going to need. Okay, so let's remember that. And by the way, the fish are just these fish are something that just to block it so no more potatoes will go in there, no more cooked fish, and so on. Okay, so the first recipe we're going to need to do is we're going to have to put one of these in here and that in there, and so that's going to make us French fries. And so let's do this once more. Actually, I'll just leave these fish here until we're completely done. All right, we want this to go internal, and that's it. So we hit apply. It's going to make the French fries if we had space. So if I say forget, it will make French fries, which is good. So now we've got a slot for French fries. That's perfect. All right, and we'll remember that. The next thing is we're going to need 2 of these. So twice as many baked potatoes and the cooked fish with the paper cone. And we should be able to set this one as this recipe, right? So that makes our fish and chips. But this time we want it to go external. And so when we hit apply here, it now will make our fish and chips. So all good. We're going to, it made as many cones as we want. And that's okay. I don't need that many cones. I mean, what I'm going to set up now, I might make just a few extra just for peace of mind. But let's see here. And there's that, and nope, that, and that, and that, and that, and not really very close, but good enough. Okay. All right, and then lastly is we'll throw that in there, and that'll make 6 of them. Okay, so what do we want to do here? We're going to break this out, or we could go up. It doesn't really matter. I want to throw that into another machine or another block. Well, let me go dump these here. Make sure I have enough inventory space. So pardon me. Okay. What I want to do is I want to feed myself. I want to feed myself, and that will require a player interface. I want to feed myself with the player chest from extra utilities, and so we've got stone burnt here, pretty simple, an ender chest, and this resonating redstone crystal. I know I don't have an ender chest, but I do have an eye of ender, so let me make one of those, and we should have everything else. And let's put the player chest right in here. Now it does take grid power, But what this allows us to do is it allows us to get access to our inventory. You see, this is an absolute mirror of both my armor. Let me put on my armor, and I'll show you. So all my armor, my regular inventory slots, and my hotbar. And so I want to be able to give access to a particular. So let's say I have full access. Maybe I can extract only, I can insert only. And that's what I want to do. I want to insert only whatever into this slot right here. This is where my food slot is. This is what I like. So what I'm going to do is, looks like I'm going to have to probably pipe this out. So let's move this up. Actually, let's move it right there. And then what I can do is that way I can hide this in the wall. If I were to do this, and well, I want extract, and I will need that in the future. All right, I will need in and out. Sorry. I'm thinking and not talking. All right, so extract, yes, please. Not error. Always active. Insert, yes, please. Access. There we go. Right there. So not full access, but insert only. So let's. Okay. All right. Gotcha. So. Interesting. Raw fish. I didn't want raw fish. Let's put a filter on it. That's easy enough to fix. And I should have a basic filter. Where is it? Right there. Okay. That will solve that. Then we won't get anything else. Filter. There it is. And I need a fish and chips is allowed to come out. And let's put... Actually, I don't really care about that. That's perfect. Okay. So that should be... I don't know if I can put this back in here. Yes, I can. Okay, so if I take stuff out of here, this will now fill up my inventory. I can now eat. Okay. And that will always be full. Now I'm left with this paper cone. The next thing I want to do, the reason why I said we're going to do it in and out, is because I want an in on green, out, I don't know, we'll pick brown. All right, so let's extract on brown. I'm not going to do that quite yet. This one needs to be in and out as well. So in, we're going to have on brown, and extract still on green. Okay, so what we want to do then is we want to be able to filter out that paper cone. So I'm going to need one more filter. And we're going to make sure that the extract on this one only pulls out the paper cone. Okay. Except I need to now give extract only. Oops, there we go. Let's give, which way is the quickest? Extract only. There we go on all of these. Okay, guys, every entry in here, every slot is set to extract only except for the insert only, so that when I eat, I will be able to, it will dump one of these paper cones in here, it'll suck it back out, and it'll allow it to run. Now I've got this set on pause right now, so let's turn that on. So it creates that, dumps it in my inventory. I now have 6. I went out and got myself hurt so that I needed to eat, and so I will eat. If I can catch it. All right, in here it will suck it back out. Yay, nay, please do it. Everything. There we go. I had to turn that off. And so now what it's doing is it's pulling all these other paper cones that I made and making as many as I need. And so this guy here is I pulled all the potatoes out, so we've got raw fish ready. I still haven't figured out, or not figured out, I haven't set up a solution for the two, I need 2 alloy smelters. I'll do that. So ultimately, what's happening now is anytime I eat, it will pull out the cone, put it in here. Anytime anytime I need some more materials, a stack, I have 2 stacks of French fries, because that's what the recipe is. We look here. 2 stacks of French fries, 1 stack of cooked fish, and a paper cone. So I can have up to a stack of the fish and chips in here. And anytime I need some more, I just eat. It will pull that cone out, and it will send me a new one. So pretty cool, huh? So it's automatically feeding. Now, the reason I did this, in case you wondered, that is 3, 6, 7 meat sickles, 7 meat pops, 7 meat bones, ham bones, whatever you want to call them, and a whole lot of saturation. So that's why I set that up. Now, what I was using before, the rice bread, it's not bad, right? So it's not bad. It's okay. It's okay. It's just not it's not ideal. So we are over engineering this. So let's not get rid of the baked potatoes. So this is where all my potatoes are going. So I'm going to put probably one over here. Get rid of it back here. I don't know. There's lots of things I want to do. Or just go right for refined storage or applied energistics. I don't know. Good stuff. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to have to sign off here. It's that time again. Hope you enjoyed automation of food. We're going to come back and maybe do some more of the energy production. That's what I'm looking for. But as of right now, I've got 16 stacks of canola. So yeah, obviously I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good now that I've decoupled that power. And so you can see there's that second line that goes off. So made all the difference in the world. All the difference in the world. Now the greenhouse. Oh yeah, I did put that last little chunk in for the greenhouse glass. I don't need any more potatoes. I got lots going. So I could even shrink this back down now that I figured out the right thing. This here, this sugar cane, I don't need all of this sugar cane. I just took 3 stacks, right? And 3 stacks makes 3 stack of the paper cones. So that's all I needed. That's all I really needed. So, but at least I have plenty of sugarcane now going forward, and I might be reusing that. So, all right, guys. Well, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Talk to you later. Bye.